What's going on, everybody?
Welcome to another video. So in today's video, we're actually going to give you a little story time of our labor and delivery. So before we continue with telling you guys the story, we want to make sure to tell you guys to like and subscribe and to push the little notification bell.
Today's the day. Today's the day.
We're on our way to the hospital. I'm out of breath, as you can tell. But it's not because of contractions. As a family, we decided, along with the doctor, very last minute to safely be induced. So that's tonight. Sorry, I'm so out of breath.
We had a discussion with the doctor to make sure that everything would be safe for her. So we decided that it would be best for her to get induced because it's a big baby. It's a big baby. We're heading to the doctor now. We got to get some food because we don't know when the next time we're going to eat. And we're nervous, and I'm sweating, and okay.
I am sweating up a storm. I am burning up, so we gotta go now.
All right, let's go. Okay, bye.
The thing about being induced is you're scheduled, and it's so nerve-wracking knowing that you have an appointment to meet this baby. We were such a mess that day. We were all around this house cleaning, looking for something to do to make the time go by faster. And we actually we didn't speak that much that day because we were so nervous. We're just like, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And that's it.
It was so weird. All right, so like part of like wanting to get induced, just part of it was like knowing what's going to happen, right? Yeah. So like knowing, okay, that's the day that the baby's going to come, instead of it being a surprise that we're like in the middle of a store and then her water breaks and like massacre happens,
it's
right?
A chaos situation.
Yeah. But it was also a situation where like we're so tense, and like she straight up asked me like not to even talk to her, not even to ask her a question. What was the question that
I'm the type of person that if I'm nervous or anxious and you ask me, hey, what's wrong? I burst into tears. I'm sure there's lots of people out there that can relate, and I hate it. That's just the way I am. So I told him, and I made sure to tell him when he wasn't in front of my face, because then I probably would have burst into tears. I told him, if you see me quiet and not say anything, please don't ask me how I'm doing. Don't ask me how I'm feeling. Just don't even talk to me.
And what do? Hey, how you doing? I told you not to ask me that. First thing. Do we get a discount if I deliver the baby? Alright, we're set up. We are at the hospital. This is our little room here. That's where I'm gonna be sleeping tonight.
And this is where I'll be sleeping.
This is where she's sleeping tonight.
We're here and we're ready to party.
Yeah, this is it, guys. This is freaking it. We've already been here for like
an hour.
Yeah, almost 2 hours now, and it's been like test over question over test over question. She actually got a COVID test. Ugh. They stuck the thing all the way up in her nose.
You saw the pain in my eyes?
I didn't get that test, which is awesome.
For some reason they don't test the husbands.
I don't know why.
It's okay. Well, I don't know. It's okay.
I know I'm good, so that's all that matters. My health.
The plan was, because we were told that our baby was going to be on the chunkier side, we were going to induce, so we were going to go to the hospital Friday evening, start the induction, and go on from there. We're not supposed to be in the hospital for more than a day or two because of the whole COVID situation. My doctor likes to discharge her patients the next day to kind of reduce the risk of getting COVID. So that was the original plan. Friday night induction, hopefully baby Friday, if not Sunday, and leave Sunday. So that was the original plan.
Didn't happen.
Whatsoever.
It's been officially 12 hours. Did you sleep last night at all?
I slept a couple hours, but that was it. Nothing worth bragging about.
I slept great. I had like 5, 6, 7 hours. I don't know. How many hours?
A hefty 6 hours.
I slept a good 6 hours. I feel great.
After 12 hours, we literally waited so much more. This is my breakfast. cereal, coffee. I had a little muffin, English muffin with butter, but the nurses told me not to eat too much today, so I'm trying to stuff up. I don't want to be starving later.
This is what we got.
Last night's dinner was not the best. It was carrots, brown rice, and tilapia. The hospital food. My friend over here, if anyone out there knows him, knows he is picky.
Look, I just, all right. So being in the Marine Corps, like you get fed whatever you can get, right? You eat whatever you can get. This was straight up like chow hall food, the worst of the worst. It was.
Apparently, the hospital and the Marines have the same rules.
Yeah, they have the same chef. They shop at the same store. It was like the worst quality type of food.
You know what? It wasn't
Good.
No. He's being a little dramatic about it. The hospital food wasn't that bad. There's things here and there that you can eat. I mean, everything's edible, but there's things here and there that, it wasn't that bad. We had salad. We had.
I mean, you can't really mess it up. They just chopped up lettuce and then there you go.
Yeah. With the whole quarantine and everything, Danny cannot leave the room. We thought he'd probably be able to go to the cafeteria or to a vending machine within the hospital. He can't leave at all. They did say we can go walk around the little labor and delivery unit unless I was with him. But if I wasn't with him, they wouldn't allow him to do that. So he literally had to stay in a 4-wall room with me, and he was hating his life the whole time. Now, one thing about this guy is he's such a muncher. He loves to munch. He loves snacks. Postmates was his life that weekend. He postmated snacks from 7-Eleven. He was asking the nurses, "Hey, you want something?" They're like, "No, weirdo."
Like, you didn't bring your own snacks, dude? That was the worst mistake. Make sure you bring snacks.
Check out my hospital bag video to see what snacks he brought, and you'll look at us like, "Why did you bring that?"
Dude, whatever.
And I told him, I made sure to tell him, get the snacks you want, but no one listens to me.
But the thing is, like, I don't know. I just didn't do it. I messed up. Yeah.
The only thing is with the Postmates, it's the nurses that have to go down to get the food for us. We can't leave the room, like I said. So that's kind of like something that made us hesitate to order because we felt so bad. We didn't want to bother any of the nurses. But luckily, the nurses were really nice about it.
I really felt bad every single time asking them because we were like on the 3rd floor. They had to take the elevator. One time, a nurse actually was running out of the room to go get our stuff. I was like, it's not that serious, but it's like really good food. So like, yeah, you can hurry up. That's fine. We've been here for officially 16 hours. It's 10 a.m. now. We came here at 6 p.m. Yeah, what time is it?
10:30.
And within the first hour, what happened?
I spilled coffee.
She spilled coffee all over herself in the first hour.
Oh, yeah. I've been dirty this whole time.
So we're trying to walk around and get everything going for her.
Fashionista.
So here we have the grand entrance. Locked off family room, but right away we're going to be going into the spacious restroom, full bath. You're going to have plenty of space to do everything you need. The lighting here is impeccably bad, leading you into the sanitation area here. Now we're in the living room here. We have some stragglers from our last tour. We have our dining room area. You know, you always want to make sure that everyone knows the plan of the day. Great scenery here. And then our entertainment space with the Kardashian. Forgot to mention here we have the baby's room. You know, baby's space right next to mom. And then, believe it or not, this is my bed. And that's about it.
It's officially 6 o'clock. We've been here for 24 hours.
And we haven't showered. So nothing has progressed. They gave me a little bit more medication, so we're waiting on that to kick in. Hopefully something happens between now and then. So we're just waiting. My legs are feeling like they're dying, so I had to get out of bed and sit down.
Yeah, it's just been a day full of just laying down in bed and walking around a little bit. We ordered some food because hospital food is not the business.
Hospital food is the weight loss secret.
We're here. We're waiting for little Zoe.
Our neighbors already had their baby. They came in earlier this morning and they just had their baby. We heard her crying. Hopefully we're next.
I think this sets up our entire life with her. She's gonna be an absolute nightmare.
No. There are at least 2 babies born before us. So that should tell you how the story's gonna go.
They came after us and they left before us.
Great.
Over to yours.
A part of being induced, there's certain medications that they give you to speed along the process, of course. So the first type of medication they gave me, I don't remember the name of it. It's basically like a little tag you pull from a toy to activate it. It's something like that. It literally looks like that.
Yeah, it does.
And they stick it up your private parts. I'm sorry. So that's one of the first medications they gave me. It takes about 12 hours. So that's what they gave me Friday night. I got 2 rounds of those and it didn't work for me. So the next thing they ended up doing was a second medication. It's called, I believe, Cytotec, if I'm saying it correctly, which is a little oral pill that they give you, which I feel like they could have given that to me at first, because I'm sorry to say, and I hope I don't burst anyone's bubbles, the little medication they stick up inside you hurts.
Oh, I felt so bad. She cried every time.
Like a motherfucker. So at this point, it's already, I want to say Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, like 2 a.m. My nurse comes in and gives me, through my IV, Pitocin, which is another form of medication to speed along the process to help me dilate. Because at this point, I'm only dilated 4 centimeters all weekend. All weekend, I was only 4 centimeters. So Sunday, early morning, around 2 a.m., I got Pitocin. I fell asleep, and then as soon as I woke up, maybe around 5 or 6 is when I really started feeling the contractions.
And that's when the epidural came in.
Ooh, girl. That's when the epidural came in.
So this morning at 8 a.m., Cynthia's water finally broke. She's not fully dilated yet, but this baby's taking forever.
I was laying in bed. Danny was still sleeping. I was laying in bed because of the contractions. I was uncomfortable. I felt like I peed myself. And I literally had jumped up and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, I gotta use the restroom. And Danny has to help me to go to the restroom because I'm hooked up to all types of wires and stuff. As I was about to wake him up, a pool of water came out of me and my water broke. And I was like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. It was just me in the bed like, oh shoot. I was so embarrassed. I called the nurse. I didn't even wake him up. I just let him wake up to the commotion. So the nurse came in. I was like, I think my water broke. She goes, yup, it broke. And I was like, oh great. So at that point, after feeling what I thought were stronger contractions came in. And that's when the epidural came in. Maybe about 3 hours later is when I got the epidural. And that's when I was feeling all right.
Let me just add, the nurses were so unapologetic about lifting everything up and just taking a peek. They're like, oh, let me see. Oh,
That's
let me
their
stick
job.
it in. Like, what the hell? They were so just like, I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm going to touch your body however you want. I get it. I get it. But still.
Danny's like, give me a little warning next time.
Yeah, give me a second, bro.
No, I'm just right there like this. And the crazy thing about the epidural, they said it helps with the pain, but they don't tell you. I know what an epidural does. I know that it relieves the pain. What I didn't know is what it actually does. Numbs the fuck out of you. From your waist down, you're an anchor. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I had to have my husband. So if you don't know what a peanut ball is and what it does, a peanut ball is literally that. It's kind of like those circle-shaped gym balls in the shape of a peanut that they put between your legs. So I had a peanut ball and my leg was sliding off, and for the life of me, I couldn't keep my leg from falling off. It was just like,
she would just be like, ah, as if she's falling. And again, this is like a totally unapologetic thing. She was completely naked with that peanut ball. So it was leg, peanut ball, leg, and nothing in between. We try to put we put the blanket of course over her, but it's just it's just out there, and that's supposed to help her with opening up and making sure baby has a way to go out.
But let me tell you something. When you're in that setting and when you're knowing you're about to meet a baby, you're about to have a baby, being naked is the least of your worries. It really is. And also, not before I got pregnant, but when we first found out I was pregnant, for some reason, the scariest thing for me was getting the IV. Because I feel like having that constant needle in your arm, it's going to hurt. That was the least of my worries.
Experiencing the epidural with her was the worst because it looked so painful, and I just saw the doctor just like
a dart.
It was just like he was just like sliding this whole thing in, and he's like, yeah, it's gonna take about 10 minutes. Like, you mean to kick in? It's like, no, to like put it in and make sure like the whole process took like 10 minutes. So she's uncomfortable the entire time. I'm holding her. She's crying. I'm about to bust in tears because she's crying. It was just a bad situation altogether.
Crazy times, man. Crazy times. After having the 3 different treatments of the little tag medication, the pill, and the Pitocin through the IV, my body wasn't responding to anything. They've tried everything. They gave me the highest dose of Pitocin, and for some reason, my body just wasn't taking to anything. And the highest I ever dilated to was only 5 centimeters. After 36 hours or so, 5 centimeters was the most that I got out of all of this, and it sucked. It was kind of like heartbreaking because we all have a birth plan, but I feel like you go into like thinking this is what's gonna happen, but it may not happen because you have that little voice in your ear that says like that not everything goes to plan. So after 36 hours of this constant running of medications, pills, and everything that I received that weekend, we had to end up opting for a C-section.
All right, I'm in this ridiculous thing because it looks like Cynthia needs to have a C-section. We've been here since Friday. It's Sunday night, and it's been over 2 days. She's dilated 5 centimeters, but it's just baby hasn't dropped yet, and it's just looks like we need to do a C-section. I'm worried about her. She just went into the room right now, and I'm about to be called up to go into the room, and hopefully everything goes well.
Already screaming.
Hi, baby.
Not even all the way out yet before she cried.
Hi. Oh, quarter around her left arm. And around her leg. Hi, cutie pie.